Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and I want to talk about something that's been just annoying me a bit in the Pokemon community these last couple months, almost, since I pretty much started becoming a YouTube popularity person on playing Pokemon and stuff. And that's really just this whole philosophy that's kind of developed in the Pokemon community of, I win, you suck. You win, I suck. That, you know, from a spectator point of view, it's the person that loses that sucks, and the person that wins that didn't deserve the win because their opponent sucks so bad. I've seen that way more than I think even makes sense. Way more than should be logical to assume that of an opponent or to assume that of the person that ended up winning the game. That really, when you look at the battle situation now, there's almost no such thing as a truly good battle. That people rarely think, oh wow, that was a good battle. Even the guy that lost put up a great fight. Like that was respect for both sides kind of thing. That one of those philosophies where it's like, you know what, I won, but crap, you should have deserved that win kind of thing. And really, you just don't see that anymore. I've been playing Pokemon for years now, and it just feels like, you know, a lot, like right now it's probably some of the worst behavior I've seen from other trainers right now. Time stalling has become more rampant than ever, and a lot of people, you know, still DC, even with the new penalties to leaving a game, that people are still doing it. There's a lot of rage quitting. There's just a lot of bad attitudes across the board. That a lot of people, you know, bad manners, aggression, just wherever you go, essentially. And it's really upsetting because I never expected this when I started getting into Pokemon, but I'm sure as hell seeing it everywhere. That a lot of YouTubers, and people probably name them in the comments, I don't really know or keep track of these things. I don't watch every one of someone's videos and go, ah, so he doesn't post a loss. And yeah, a lot of YouTubers, you know, they rarely post loss. When you know, it's like, it's impossible to win 100% of the time at this game. That it's impossible to be a truly flawless player. Sure, some people are really good at it. Sure, some people are close. But the way the game is developed, you can bring 6 Pokemon, and all your opponent has to do is bring 6 Pokemon that stop your 6 Pokemon, and you've lost before the game even starts. All you have to do is choose the wrong first Pokemon to open the battle with, and you've already lost because it puts you at such a severe disadvantage. You know, one misplay can make it to where you have a decisive win, and now you lose. Now, that doesn't necessarily make you bad. It shouldn't make you get abused or harassed over, you know, not doing good enough in that battle. But at the same time, it also shows, like, look, you can't win all the battles, but a lot of people, you know, they're afraid to post losses. They don't like showing, you know, a lack of judgment. They don't like showing that they're lost. You know, that if they have a ton of fans, you know, it's like, well, I don't want to post, you know, a really bad loss. And really, I don't care about that. I think one of my best losses was when I went against Hoodlum Scrafty and I ended up bringing my Typhlosion that only knew Ember. Sure, I could have said, hey, redo battle, but no, that's not what Pokemon's about. And I'm trying to show some really good camaraderie here, and it's only met with, ha, you suck, fucking scrub. You know, the comments are just nasty on videos where you lose, but they're also nasty on videos where you win. Like, how the hell did you win? Your opponent must have sucked. It's like, well, then why do you play this game if you get no enjoyment? Why do you spectate other people's videos if you're going to nitpick at every little thing? Really? That, you know, it's like you either think you're that great at the game, or you don't have enough respect for the game or the people battling in the game to really give anyone the benefit of the doubt. It's that whole, you know, whoever loses sucks, and whoever wins, well, they must have sucked. It doesn't make sense. It's mind-boggling to me with all these things. And then back to, like, the whole YouTuber thing. I've battled many people, and a lot of them, I refuse to post their videos because they refuse to post their loss. That it's like, oh, I beat you, so when do you plan on uploading a video? Ah, that battle didn't go good enough the way I wanted it to, so I'm not going to post it. Well, then why should I post my video? And then they get mad at me for not posting it. It's like, look, you won, you should post it. It's like, no. This is a collaboration that we mutually benefit each other's channels by posting each half of the battle. My fans see your channel, they might respect your picks of Pokemon, they might like your personality just from the team you have, they'll go check you out. Same for me. It doesn't go, well, I lost, but you're obliged to post your win. No, and that's why I'm not afraid to post losses. One, because it helps out the other person I'm battling if we're actually doing it for a collab stance. And two, you shouldn't be afraid to post a loss. You shouldn't be afraid to go, you always lose at some point in this battle, or in this game. Why not just post the loss? Why not make for an entertaining thing? Sure, I've posted stomps where I've just gotten completely ruined, and it happens to literally everyone. Just because you make one crucial mistake, or that they just had a better team, and you could have had a better team, but it's blind pick out of 718. Good luck. And that's kind of what I can say on the YouTuber side. You know, you could lose 100 battles in a day, win one decisively, and you can post that win, and no one would know the difference. That, you know, if I went onto BattleSpot and just posted nonstop, or just got some really good wins, you know, just battled 100 random fans and then just started posting only the wins, it would look like I'm a good battler, wouldn't it? But no, that's not real. That's very fake, and that's very dumb. That you're not giving the person that beat you any respect by posting the losses, or by only posting wins. That you're supposed to respect the person that bested you. Now, whether or not they are better than you, that's also to be decided, you know? That's why best of threes I really like a lot more. It gives you a chance to understand your opponent, to get in their head and start making like decisions to outdo them. It's just a really weird, crazy thing that is all over the place. And I also, you know, a lot of people are going to side, but I blame Smogon for also having a hand in this. Not because Smogon's evil or anything, and not because every person's an asshole, but no, because there's a lot of experiences that people have that are negative. That two people that do not know each other, that are at like an anime convention, that are at a tournament doing side battles, that have met online, that are just battling, that, you know, people that meet on the streets and just like, you're at the park and you're like, oh my god, you play Pokemon, let's battle. And all it takes is for one of them to be Smogon and one of them to not know Smogon, and there's an immediate conflict. That I've seen battles where, you know, someone would win, not break Smogon rules during the battle, but since the rules state if you bring double team, if you bring something that breaks the rules, even if you don't use it, you lose. So I've seen someone win the battle, the opponent be totally fine, then be like, oh, look at this, that Pokemon had double team, you broke evasion clause, I win. I've seen this. That, you know, if you put more than two Pokemon, or more than one Pokemon sleep, you put two Pokemon sleep, you pull out Blaziken, there's going to be an immediate aggression from that Smogon player of, hey, you're breaking the rules. Hey, this battle doesn't count. Hey, you're not allowed to do that. And then that's where I get into my whole rant about, you know, how Smogon spreads through that, you know, it's like, well, this isn't the way you play the game. Well, then they think that the Smogon's the official rules, that there's just a lot of aggression spread throughout all parts of the community. And I just feel that, you know, most of my aggression has come from Smogon players, that a lot of this bad attitude is from Smogon players, not necessarily because they're Smogon, but because they are the majority, so you're going to run into it more often. That's simply the whole argument there. But I'm trying to figure out what can be done to really remedy any of this and all of this, that when you're looking at, you know, this whole philosophy that has just gotten worse over time, it doesn't look like it's getting better. That people, you know, there's no respect for your opponent anymore. I feel I'm one of the few people that, you know, keeps consistent respect. I go into every battle expecting to lose because I give my opponent that much respect. That, you know, it's like he could beat me just from the 6 Pokemon he has in his team, and I haven't even hooked up with him yet to play. That there could be, you know, one error I can make, that there could be one really good play he makes. He could have that super broken Pokemon that I'm not ready for. Anything. So I have to just, you know, give my opponent the benefit of the doubt. He's won until further notice. And I don't see really anyone doing that. I don't see a lot of people that have that much respect. Also, it's the same with Pokemon. You know, someone throws out a Pokemon, it's like, oh my god, this thing, who brings Pikachu? Who brings this Pokemon? This guy must suck. He must be a kid that doesn't know how to play. No, if they're bringing that Pokemon, they have confidence in it. Whether or not it's battle confidence, or whether or not it's confidence on a personal level. Like, that was one of the first Pokemon they caught. That's one of their favorite Pokemon, and they can't help it that it doesn't have the best stats. But they still want to use it because they're confident in that Pokemon. That Pokemon's probably won them games, but you immediately look at it and go, sucks. That if they don't run the strategy that's posted on Smogon, sucks. You know, I've seen a lot of that in the comments. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, this would be my alternative strat. It's like, oh, what, did you rip that from Smogon? That's lazy. Oh, that isn't Smogon? That sucks. Like, there's a lot of conflict just stirred out everywhere about these whole things. You know, my movesets have gotten criticism. That's why I made my channel. My channel isn't a battle channel. My channel's a strategy channel because I want to prove a lot of people wrong. You know, all the people that have said, oh, what are you doing? Stockpile Snorlax isn't the way to go. Stockpile Drifblim isn't the way to go. Why the hell are you using Slurpuff? Puffkey doesn't have offensive capabilities. That Pokemon isn't good. That Pokemon isn't good. Why are you choosing that? You know, oh, X is a better option. No, it's not about picking the better options. It's about picking what you feel is going to make you win. That's why I don't run Garchomp. That's why I don't run all this stupidly overpowered Pokemon, because it's too easy. That, you know, it's a lot. I could lose more battles, sure, but it's a lot better. It's a lot wholesome for me to understand, hey, I just brought Dunsparce into a battle, and I won. I still have a positive win rate, bringing the picks that aren't even that popular. That, you know, that just kind of shows that if I wanted to try harder and really just sell out my soul to all the easy and free strategies, I'd probably do better. And that means I'd do better than already boasting a positive win rate. I'd already be doing better than boasting tournament wins. And really, that doesn't mean anything to me, because I want to play what I want, and I can still do good while doing it, because there's legitimate, strong things that people don't value in the game, and it's also about not respecting your Pokemon. They see a Dunsparce on your team, they're immediately going to treat you better, honestly. That they're not going to expect you to make a high-level outplay decision, that they're not going to expect you to set up with it. They see Dunsparce, they go, well, GG, I win. And then the look on their face when you go and beat them with it. It's kind of one of those very satisfying things, but really it just all boils down to respect. That there's no respect for the person that loses. There's no respect for the victor. There's no respect between two differing battle styles. There's between rule sets, between YouTubers to a degree, between everyone in the community, that there's a lot more just mismatching than there should be. And I think that, another thing is that the Pokemon community, as much as I love to call it a community, as much as I'd love to hold a hope that, you know, Pokemon, my childhood love, is one of the greatest things that could never be soiled and spoiled. Really, it's one of the worst things out there from what I've seen, that, for, maybe by comparison, definitely not as bad as, like, the Call of Duty community and the Dota community, maybe the League community. You know, there's give and take on both. But when you look at what you have a game about shooting and violence. Of course people are going to be aggressive. You have a game about trying to be an over-competitive person to overtake 5 other people and best 5 other players. As well as, like, on a high-scale level where, you know, people are making money off this game. That people are entering tournaments and winning hundreds of thousands of dollars for playing League of Legends and games that have violence in them. Pokemon, you know, while it is an aggressive game, that can be argued because animal abuse and whatnot, but when you look at it, it's targeted at kids. Sorry about that. But it's targeted at kids. That the sheer scope of what Pokemon should represent, that, you know, it's a kid's game, that it's more a friendly atmosphere, but this comes from it, it's a lot more juxtaposition. It's a lot more... It feels like it's a lot worse than it is because it's a lot different than what it should be. And that's what really bothers me. So, as I was saying, it's really not the Pokemon community, because also the way that Pokemon's kind of built up is your friend is also your rival. If you want to be the very best like no one ever was, that buddy over there of yours, you have to beat him. And you have to beat him so good that you actually get past him in rank. You know, that to be the champion, you have to go and beat up on people all day and then go and claim and then hold your position as champion. That every person that comes up to you, you have to beat them or they're the champion. So it does defeat the sense of community, but at the same time, it's a very friendly game. The atmosphere established by Game Freak, by Nintendo, it's a Nintendo game. It should be a lot more enjoyable than this. Well, that's my little rant for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have probably experienced this and probably have a nice little word to leave in the comments. And I would, yeah, I'm expecting some hate too. I always get hate on things like this. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a nice day.